down oh my god. What is this? Oh. Unstable connection. Quite interesting. I really quite like this camera much more. Alright, we gotta find out where we were at because my bookmark kept. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes and then we're gonna finish this book, okay? Can you guys hear me? Please tell me if you can hear me. I cannot believe that I like this camera more. This camera looks like kind of dull and it's super like zoomed in, you know? This camera is nice. The lighting is nice and it's not like in my face. Maybe I'll like move this one here and this one here. Be better. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, this is chapter 6. Breaking old agreements. Okay? Everyone talks about freedom. All around the world, different people, different races, different countries are fighting for freedom. But what is freedom? In America, we speak of living in a free country. But are we really free? Are we really free to be who we really are? The answer is no, we are not free. True freedom has to do with the human spirit. It is the freedom to be who we really are. Who stops us from being free? We blame the government, we blame the weather, we blame our parents, we blame religion, we blame God. Who really stops us from being free? We stop ourselves. What does it really mean to be free? Sometimes we get married and we say that we lose our freedom, that we get divorced, then we get divorced and we are still not free. What stops us? Why can't we be ourselves? We have memories of long ago when we used to be free and we loved being free, but we have forgotten what freedom really means. If we see a child who is 2 or 3, perhaps 4 years old, we find a free human. Why is this human free? Because this human does whatever he or she wants to do. The human is completely wild, just like a flower, a tree, or an animal that has not been domesticated. Wild. And if we observe humans who are 2 years old, we find that most of the time these humans have a big smile on their face and they're having fun. They are exploring the world. They are not afraid to play. They are afraid when they are hurt, when they are angry, when they are hungry, when some of their needs are not met, but they don't worry about the past, they don't care about the future, and they only live in the present moment. Very young children are not afraid to express what they feel. They are so loving that if they receive love, they melt into love. They are not afraid to love at all. That is the description of a normal human being. As children, we are not afraid of the future or ashamed of the past. Our normal human tendency is to enjoy life, to play, to explore, to be happy, and to love. But what has happened with the adult human? Why are we so different? Why are we not wild? From the point of view of the victim, we can say that something sad has happened to us. And from the point of view of the warrior, we can say that what happened to us is normal. What has happened is that we have the book of law, the big judge, and the victim who rule our lives. We are no longer free because the judge, the victim, and the belief system don't allow us to be who we really are. I just lost my spot. Oh, once our minds have been programmed with all that garbage, we are no longer happy. This chain of training from human to human, from generation to generation, is perfectly normal in human society. This is the 4 agreements. You don't need to blame your parents for teaching you to be like them. What else could they teach you but what they know? They did the best they could, and if they abused you, it was due to their own domestication, their own fears, and their own beliefs. They had no control over the programming they received, so they couldn't have behaved any differently. There is no need to blame your parents or anyone who abused you in your life, including yourself. But it is time to stop the abuse. It is time to free yourself of the tyranny of the judge by changing the foundation of your own agreements. It is time to be free from the role of the victim. The real you is still a little child who never grew up. Sometimes that little child comes out when you are having fun or playing, when you feel happy, when you are painting or writing poetry, or playing the piano or expressing yourself in some way. These are the happiest moments of your life. When the real you comes out, when you don't care about the past and you don't worry about the future. You are childlike. But there is something that changes all of that. We call them responsibilities. The judge says, wait a second, you are responsible. You have to do things. You have to work. You have to go to school. You have to earn a living. All these responsibilities come to our mind. Our face changes and becomes serious again. If you watch children when they are playing adults, you will see their little faces change. Let's pretend I'm a lawyer, and right away their faces change. The adult face takes over. We go to court, and that is the face we see, and that is what we are. We are still children, but we have lost our freedom. The freedom we are looking for is the freedom to be ourselves, to express ourselves. But if we look at our lives, we will see that most of the time we do things just to please others, just to be accepted by others rather than living our lives to please ourselves. That is what has happened to our freedom. And we see in our society and all the societies around the world that for every 1,000 people, 999 are completely domesticated. The worst part is that most of us are not even aware that we are not free. There is something inside that whispers to us we are not free, but we do not understand what it is and why we are not free. The problem with most people is that they live their lives and never discover that the judge and the victim rule their mind, and therefore they don't have a chance to be free. The first step toward personal freedom is awareness. We need to be aware that we are not free in order to be free. We need to be aware of what the problem is in order to solve the problem. This is Don Miguel Ruiz. There's another version? Well, I know he has it in Spanish too, but I didn't know there was more than one author. Awareness is always the first step because if you are not aware, there is nothing that you can change. If you are not aware that your mind is full of wounds and emotional poison, you cannot begin to clean and heal the wounds, and you will continue to suffer. With awareness, you can rebel and say, this is enough. You can look for a way to heal and transform your personal dream. The dream of the planet is just a dream. It is not even real. If you go into the dream and start challenging your beliefs, you will find that most of the beliefs that guided you into the wounded mind are not even true. You will find that you suffered all those years of drama for nothing. Why? Because the belief system that was put inside your mind is based on lies. That is why it is important for you to master your own dream. That is why the Toltecs became dream masters. Your life is the manifestation of your dream. It is an art. And you can change your life anytime if you aren't enjoying the dream. Dream masters create a masterpiece of life. They control the dream by making choices. Everything has consequences, and a dream master is aware of those consequences. To be Toltec is a way of life. It is a way of life where there are no leaders and no followers, where you have your own truth and live your own truth. A Toltec becomes wise, becomes wild, and becomes free again. There are 3 masteries that lead people to become Toltecs. First is the mastery of awareness. This is to be aware of who we really are with all the possibilities. The second is the mastery of transformation. How to change, how to be free of domestication. The third is the mastery of intent. Intent from the Toltec point of view is that part of life that makes transformation of energy possible. It is the one living being that seamlessly encompasses all energy, or what we call God. Intent is life itself. It is unconditional love. The mastery of intent is therefore the mastery of love. When we talk about the Toltec path to freedom, we find that they have an entire map for breaking free of domestication. They compare the judge, the victim, and the belief system to a parasite that invades the human mind. From the Toltec point of view, all humans who are domesticated are sick. They are sick because there is a parasite that controls the mind and controls the brain. The food for the parasite is the negative emotions that come from fear. If we look at the description of a parasite, we find that a parasite is a living being who lives off of other living beings, sucking their energy without any useful contribution in return, and hurting their host little by little. The judge, the victim, and the belief system fit this description very well. Together, they compromise a living being made of psychic or emotional energy, and that energy is alive. Of course, it is not material energy, but neither are emotions material energy. Our dreams are not material energy either, but we know they exist. One function of the brain is to transform material energy into emotional energy. Our brain is the factory of the emotions. And we have said that the main function of the mind is to dream. The Toltecs believe that the parasite, the judge, the victim, and the belief system has control of your mind. It controls your personal dream. The parasite dreams through your mind and lives its life through your body. It survives on the emotions that come from fear and thrives on drama and suffering. The freedom we seek is to use our mind and body to live our own life, instead of the life of the belief system. When we discover that the mind is controlled by the judge and the victim, and the real us is in the corner, we have just 2 choices. One choice is to keep living the way we are, to surrender to the judge and the victim, to keep living in the dream of the planet. The second choice is to do what we do as children when parents try to domesticate us. We can rebel and say no. We can declare a war against the parasite, a war against the judge and the victim, a war for our independence, a war for the right to use our mind and our brain. That is why in all the shamanic traditions in America, from Canada to Argentina, people call themselves warriors, because they are in a war against the parasite in the mind. That is the real meaning of a warrior. The warrior is one who rebels against the invasion of the parasite. The warrior rebels and declares a war. But to be a warrior doesn't mean we always win the war. We may win or we may lose, but we always do our best, and at least we have a chance to be free again. Choosing this path gives us, at the very least, the dignity of rebellion, and ensures that we will not be the helpless victim of our own whimsical emotions or the poisonous emotions of others. Even if we succumb to the enemy, the parasite, we will not be among those victims who would not fight back. At best, being a warrior gives us an opportunity to transcend the dream of the planet and to change our personal dream to a dream that we call heaven. Just like hell, heaven is a place that exists within our mind. It is a place of joy, a place where we are happy, where we are free to love and to be who we really are. We can reach heaven while we are alive. We don't have to wait until we die. God is always present and the kingdom of heaven is everywhere, but first we need to have the eyes and ears to see and hear that truth. We need to be free of the parasite. The parasite can be compared to a monster with 1,000 heads. Every head of the parasite is one of the fears that we have. If we want to be free, we have to destroy the parasite. One solution is to attack the parasite head by head, which means we face each of our fears one by one. This is a slow process, but it works. Every time we face one of the fears, we are a little more free. A second approach is to stop feeding the parasite. If we don't give the parasite any food, we kill the parasite by starvation. To do this, we have to gain control of our emotions. We have to refrain from fueling the emotions that come from fear. This is easy to say, but it is very difficult to do. It is difficult because the judge and the victim control our mind. A third solution is called the initiation of the dead. The initiation of the dead is found in many traditions and esoteric schools around the world. We find it in Egypt, India, Greece, and America. This is a symbolic death which kills the parasite without harming our physical body. When we die, symbolically, the parasite has to die. This is faster than the first two solutions, but it is even more difficult to do. We need a great deal of courage to face the angel of death. We need to be very strong. Let's take a closer look at each of these solutions. The art of transformation, the dream of the second attention. We have learned that the dream you are living now is the result of the outside dream, hooking your attention and feeding you all of your beliefs. The process of domestication can be called the dream of the first attention, because it was how your attention was used for the first time to create the first dream of your life. One way to change your beliefs is to focus your attention on all those agreements and beliefs and change the agreements with yourself. In doing this, you are using your attention for the second time, thus creating the dream of the second attention or the new dream. The difference is that you are no longer innocent. When you were a child, this was not true. You didn't have a choice, but you are no longer a child. Now it's up to you to choose what to believe and what not to believe. You can choose to believe in anything, and that includes believing in yourself. The first step is to become aware of the fog that is in your mind. You must become aware that you are dreaming all the time. Only with awareness do you have the possibility of transforming your dream. If you have the awareness that the whole drama of your life is the result of what you believe and what you believe is not real, then you can begin to change it. However, to really change your beliefs, you need to focus your attention on what it is that you want to change. You have to know which agreements you want to change before you can change them. So the next step is to develop awareness of all the self-limiting, fear-based beliefs that make you unhappy. You take an inventory of all that you believe, all your agreements, and through this process you begin the transformation. The Toltecs called this the art of transformation, and it's a whole mastery. You achieve the mastery of transformation by changing the fear-based agreements that make you suffer, and reprogramming your mind in your own way. One of the ways to do this is to explore and adopt alternative beliefs such as the Four Agreements. The decision to adopt the Four Agreements is a declaration of war to regain your freedom from the parasite. The Four Agreements offer the possibility of ending the emotional pain, which can open the door for you to enjoy your life and begin a new dream. It's up to you to explore the possibilities of your dream if you are interested. The Four Agreements were created to assist you in the art of transformation, to help you break the limiting agreements, gain more personal power, and become stronger. The stronger you get, the more agreements you can break until the moment comes when you make it to the core of all of those agreements. Going to the core of those agreements is what I call going into the desert. When you go into the desert, you meet your demons face to face. After coming out of the desert, all those demons become angels. Practicing the 4 new agreements is a big act of power. Every time you break an agreement, you gain extra power. You start by breaking agreements that are very small and require less power. As those smaller agreements are broken, your personal power will increase until you reach a point when you can finally face the big demons in your mind. For example, the little girl who was told not to sing is now 20 years old and she still does not sing. One way she can overcome the belief that her voice is ugly is to say, "Okay, I will try to sing again even if I do sing badly." Then she can pretend that someone is clapping and telling her, "Oh, that was beautiful." This may break the agreement a teeny tiny bit, but it will still be there. However, now she has a little more power and courage to try again and again until she finally breaks the agreement. That's one way out of the dream of hell. But for every agreement you break that makes you suffer, you will need to replace it with a new agreement that makes you happy. This will keep the old agreement from coming back. If you occupy the same space with a new agreement, then the old agreement is gone and forever, and in its place is the new agreement. There are many strong beliefs in the mind that can make this process look hopeless. This is why you need to go step by step and be patient with yourself, because this is a slow process. The way you are living now is the result of many years of domestication. You cannot expect to break the domestication in one day. Breaking agreements is very difficult because we put the power of the word, which is the power of our will, into every agreement we have made. We need the same amount of power to change an agreement. We cannot change an agreement with less power than we used to make the agreement. And almost all of our personal power is invested in keeping the agreements we have with ourselves. That's because our agreements are actually like a strong addiction. We are addicted to being the way that we are. We are addicted to anger, jealousy, and self-pity. We are addicted to the beliefs that tell us, "I'm not good enough, I'm not intelligent enough. Why even try? Other people will do it because they're better than me." All of these old agreements which rule our dream of life are the result of repeating them over and over again. Therefore, to adopt the 4 agreements, you need to put repetition in action. Practicing the new agreements in your life is how your best becomes better. Repetition makes the master. The discipline of the warrior, controlling your own behavior. Imagine that you awake early one morning overflowing with enthusiasm for the day. You feel good. You are happy and have plenty of energy to face the day. Then, at breakfast, you have a big fight with your spouse, and a flood of emotion comes out. You get mad, and in the emotion of anger, you spend a lot of personal power. After the fight, you feel drained, and you just want to go and cry. In fact, you feel so tired that you go to your room, collapse, and try to recover. You spend the day wrapped up in your emotions. You have no energy to keep going, and you just want to walk away from everything. Every day, we awake with a certain amount of mental, emotional, and physical energy that we will spend throughout the day. If we allow our emotions to deplete our energy, we have no energy to change our lives or to give to others. The way you see the world will depend upon the emotions you are feeling. When you are angry, everything around you is wrong, nothing is right. You blame everything, including the weather. Whether it's raining or the sun is shining, nothing pleases you. When you are sad, everything around you is sad and makes you cry. You see the trees and you feel sad. You see the rain and everything looks sad. Perhaps you feel vulnerable and you have a need to protect yourself because you don't know in what moment someone will attack you. You do not trust anything or anyone around you. This is because you see the world with the eyes of fear. Imagine that the human mind is the same as your skin. You can touch healthy skin and it feels wonderful. Your skin is made for perception, and the sensation of touch is wonderful. Now imagine you have an injury and the skin gets cut and infected. If you touch the infected skin, it is going to hurt, so you try to cover and protect the skin. You will not enjoy being touched because it hurts. Now imagine that all humans have this skin disease. Nobody can touch each other because it's going to hurt. Everyone has wounds on their skin, so the infection is seen as normal. The pain is also considered normal. We believe we are supposed to be that way. Can you imagine how we would behave with each other if all the humans in the world had this skin disease? Of course, we would hardly ever hug each other because it would be too painful. So we would need to create a lot of distance between us. The human mind is exactly like this description of infected skin. Every human has an emotional body completely covered with infected wounds. Each wound is infected with the emotional poison, the poison of all the emotions that make us suffer, such as hate, anger, envy, and sadness. An action of injustice opens a wound in the mind, and we react with emotional poison because of the concepts and beliefs that we have about injustice and what is fair. The mind is so wounded and full of poison by the process of domestication that everyone describes the wounded mind as normal. This is considered normal, but I can tell you it is not normal. We have a dysfunctional dream of the planet, and humans are mentally sick with a disease called fear. The symptoms of this disease are all the emotions that make humans suffer: anger, hate, sadness, envy, and betrayal. When the fear is too great, the reasoning mind begins to fail, and we call this mental illness. Psychotic behavior occurs when the mind is so frightened and the wounds so painful that it seems better to break contact with the outside world. If we can see our state of mind as a disease, we find there is a cure. We don't have to suffer any longer. First, we need the truth to open the emotional wounds, take the poison out, and heal the wounds completely. How do we do this? We must forgive those we feel have wronged us, not because they deserve to be forgiven, but because we love ourselves so much that we don't want to keep paying for the injustice. Forgiveness is the only way to heal. We can choose to forgive because we feel compassion for ourselves. We can let go of the resentment and declare, "That's enough. I will no longer be the judge that goes against myself. I will no longer beat myself up and abuse myself. I will no longer be the victim." First, we need to forgive our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, and God. Once you forgive God, you can finally forgive yourself. Once you forgive yourself, the self-rejection in your mind is over. Self-acceptance begins, and the self-love will grow so strong that you will finally accept yourself just the way that you are. That's the beginning of the free human. Forgiveness is the key. You will know you have forgiven someone when you see them and you no longer have an emotional reaction. You will hear the name of the person and you will have no emotional reaction. When someone can touch what used to be a wound and it no longer hurts you, then you know you have truly forgiven. The truth is like a scalpel. The truth is painful because it opens all of the wounds which are covered by lies so that we can be healed. These lies are what we call the denial system. It's a good thing we have the denial system because it allows us to cover our wounds and still function. But once we no longer have any wounds or any poison, we don't need to lie anymore. We don't need the denial system because a healthy mind, like healthy skin, can be touched without hurting. It's pleasurable for the mind to be touched when it's clean. The problem with most people is that they lose control of their emotions. It is the emotions that control the behavior of the human, not the human who controls the emotions. When we lose control, we say things that we don't want to say and do things that we don't want to do. That is why it is so important to be impeccable with our word to become a spiritual warrior. We must learn to control the emotions so we have enough personal power to change our fear-based agreements, escape from hell, and create our own personal heaven. How are we to become a warrior? There are certain characteristics of the warrior that are nearly the same around the world. The warrior has awareness. That's very important. We are aware that we are at war, and the war in our minds requires discipline. Not the discipline of a soldier, but the discipline of a warrior. Not the discipline from the outside to tell us what to do and what not to do, but the discipline to be ourselves no matter what. The warrior has control. Not control over another human, but control over one's own emotions, control over one's own self. It is when we lose control that we repress the emotions, not when we are in control. The big difference between a warrior and a victim is that the victim represses, and the warrior refrains. Victims repress because they are afraid to show the emotions, afraid to say what they want to say. To refrain is not the same thing as repression. To refrain is to hold the emotions and to express them in the right moment, not before, not later. That is why warriors are impeccable. They have complete control over their own emotions and therefore over their own behavior. The initiation of the dead, embracing the angel of death. The final way to attain personal freedom is to prepare ourselves for the initiation of the dead. To take death itself as our teacher. What the angel of death can teach us is how to be truly alive. We become aware that we can die at any moment. We have just the present to be alive. The truth is that we don't know if we are going to die tomorrow. Who knows? We have the idea that we have many years in the future, but do we? If we go to the hospital and the doctor tells us that we have 1 week to live, what are you going to do? As we have said before, we have two choices. One is to suffer because we are going to die and to tell everyone, poor me, I'm going to die, and really create huge drama. The other choice is to use every moment to be happy, to do what we really enjoy doing. If we only have 1 week to live, let's enjoy life. Let's be alive. We can say, I'm going to be myself. No longer am I going to run my life trying to please other people. No longer am I going to be afraid of what they think about me. What do I care what others think if I'm going to die in 1 week? I'm going to be myself. The angel of death can teach us to live every day as if it's the last day of our lives, as if there may be no tomorrow. We can begin each day by saying, I am awake. I see the sun. I'm going to give my gratitude to the sun and to everything and everyone because I'm still alive. One more day to be myself. That is why, that is the way I see life. That is what the angel of death taught me, to be completely open, to know that there is nothing to be afraid of. And of course, I treat the people I love with love because this may be the last day that I can tell you how much I love you. I don't know if I'm going to see you again, so I don't want to fight with you. What if I had a big fight with you and I told you all those emotional poisons that I have against you and you die tomorrow? Oops, oh my God, the judge will get me so bad and I will feel so guilty for everything that I told you. I will even feel guilty for not telling you how much I love you. The love that makes me happy is the love that I can share with you. Why do I need to deny that I love you? It is not important if you love me back. I may die tomorrow, or you may die tomorrow. What makes me happy now is to let you know how much I love you. You can live your life this way. By doing so, you prepare yourself for the initiation of death. What is going to happen in the initiation of death is that the old dream that you have in your mind is going to die forever. Yes, you are going to have memories of the parasite, of the judge, the victim, and what you used to believe, but the parasite will be dead. That is what is going to die in the initiation of death. The parasite. It is not easy to go for the initiation of death because the judge and the victim will fight with everything they have. They don't want to die, and we feel we are the ones who are going to die, and we are afraid of this death. When we live in the dream of the planet, it is as if we are dead. Whoever survives the initiation of the dead receives the most wonderful gift, the resurrection. To receive the resurrection is to arise from the dead, to be alive, to be ourselves again. The resurrection is to be like a child. The difference is that we have to be like a child, to be wild and free, but with a difference. The difference is that we have freedom with wisdom instead of innocence. We are able to break our domestication, become free again, and heal our mind. We surrender to the angel of death, knowing that the parasite will die and we will still be alive with a healthy mind and perfect reason. Then we are free to use our own mind and run our own life. That is what, in the Toltec way, the angel of death teaches us. The angel of death comes to us and says, "You see, everything that exists here is mine. It is not yours. Your house, your spouse, your children, your car, your career, your money. Everything is mine and I can take it away when I want to, but for now you can use it." If we surrender to the angel of death, we will be happy forever and ever. Why? Because the angel of death takes the past away in order to make it possible for life to continue. For every moment that is past, the angel of death keeps taking the part that is dead and we keep living in the present. The parasite wants us to carry the past with us, and that makes it so heavy to be alive. When we try to live in the past, how can we enjoy the present? When we dream of the future, why must we carry the burden of the past? When we are going to live in the present. When are we going to live in the present? That is what the angel of death teaches us to do. Chapter 7, The New Dream, Heaven on Earth. I want you to forget everything you have learned in your whole life. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. The dream you are living is your creation. It is your perception of reality that you can change at any time. You have the power to create hell, and you have the power to create heaven. Why not dream a different dream? Why not use your mind, your imagination, and your emotions to dream heaven? Just use your imagination and a tremendous thing will happen. Imagine that you have the ability to see the world with different eyes, whenever you choose. Each time you open your eyes, you see the world around you in a different way. Close your eyes now, and then open them and look outside. What you will see is love coming out of the trees, love coming out of the sky, love coming out of the light. You will perceive love from everything around you. This is the state of bliss. You perceive love directly from everything, including yourself and other humans. Even when humans are sad or angry, behind these feelings, you can see that they are also sending love. Using your imagination and your new eyes of perception, I want you to see yourself living in a new life, a new dream, a life where you don't need to justify your existence and you are free to be who you really are. Imagine that you have permission to be happy and to really enjoy your life. Your life is free of conflict with yourself and with others. Imagine living your life without fear of expressing your dreams. You know what you want and what you don't want, and when you want it. You are free to change your life the way you really want to. You are not afraid to ask for what you need, to say yes or no to anything or anyone. Imagine living your life without the fear of being judged by others. You are no longer rule you no longer rule your own you no longer rule your behavior according to what others may think about you. You are no longer responsible for anyone's opinion. You have no need to control anyone, and no one controls you either. Imagine living your life without judging others. You can easily forgive others and let go of any judgment that you have. You don't have the need to be right, and you don't need to make anyone else wrong. You respect yourself and everyone else, and they respect you in return. Imagine living your life without the fear of loving and not being loved. You are no longer afraid to be rejected, and you don't have the need to be accepted. You can say, "I love you" with no shame or justification. You can walk in the world with your heart completely open and not afraid to be hurt. Imagine living your life without being afraid to take a risk and to explore life. You are not afraid to lose anything. You are not afraid to be alive in the world, and you are not afraid to die. Imagine that you love yourself just the way you are. You love your body just the way it is, and you love your emotions just the way they are. You know that you are perfect just as you are. The reason I ask you to imagine these things is because they are all entirely possible. You can live in the state of grace, the state of bliss, the dream of heaven. But in order to experience this dream, you must first understand what it is. Only love has the ability to put you in that state of bliss. Being in bliss is like being in love. Being in love is like being in bliss. You are floating in the clouds. You are perceiving love wherever you go. It is entirely possible to live this way all the time. It is possible because others have done it, and they are no different from you. They live in bliss because they have changed their agreements and are dreaming a different dream. Once you feel what it means to live in a state of bliss, you will love it. You will know that heaven on earth is true, that heaven truly exists. Once you know that heaven exists, once you know it is possible to stay there, it's up to you to make the effort to do it. 2,000 years ago, Jesus told us about the kingdom of heaven. the kingdom of love, but hardly anyone was ready to hear this. They said, "What are you talking about? My heart is empty. I don't feel the love that you are talking about. I don't feel the peace that you have." You don't have to do this. Just imagine that his message of love is possible, and you will find that it is yours. The world is very beautiful and very wonderful. Life can be very easy when love is your way of life. You can be loving all the time. This is your choice. You may not have a reason to love, but you can love because love makes you so happy. Love in action only produces happiness. Love will give you inner peace. It will change your perception of everything. You can see everything with the eyes of love. You can be aware that there is love all around you. When you live this way, there is no longer a fog in your mind. The mitote has gone on a permanent vacation. This is what humans have been asking for centuries. This is what humans have been seeking for centuries. For thousands of years, we have been searching for happiness. Happiness is the lost paradise. Humans have worked so hard to reach this point, and this is part of the evolution of the mind. This is the future of humanity. This way of life is possible, and it's in your hands. Moses called it the Promised Land. Buddha called it Nirvana. Jesus called it heaven. And the Toltecs call it a new dream. Unfortunately, your identity is mixed with the dream of the planet. All of your beliefs and agreements are there in the fog. You feel the presence of the parasite and believe it is you. This makes it difficult to let go, to release the parasite and create the space to experience love. You are attached to the judge, attached to the victim. Suffering makes you feel safe because you know it so well. But there is really no reason to suffer. The only reason you suffer is because you choose to suffer. If you look at your life, you will find many excuses to suffer, but a good reason to suffer you will not find. The same is true for happiness. The only reason you are happy is because you choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice, and so is suffering. Maybe we cannot escape from the destiny of the human, but we have a choice: to suffer our destiny or to enjoy our destiny, to suffer or to love and be happy, to live in hell or to live in heaven. My choice is to live in heaven. What is yours? Okay, this says prayers. Please take a moment to close your eyes, open your heart, and feel all the love that comes from your heart. I want you to join with my words in your mind and in your heart to feel a very strong connection of love. Together, we are going to do a very special prayer to experience a communion with our Creator. Focus your attention on your lungs, as if only your lungs exist. Feel the pressure when your lungs expand to fulfill the biggest need of the human body, to breathe. Take a deep breath and feel the air as if it feels Take a deep breath and feel the air as it fills your lungs. Feel how the air is nothing but love. Notice the connection between the air and the lungs, a connection of love. Expand your lungs with the air until your body has the need to expel that air, and then exhale and feel the pleasure again. Because when we fulfill any need of the human body, it gives us pleasure. To breathe gives us much pleasure. Just to breathe is enough for us to always be happy, to enjoy life. Just to be alive is enough. Feel the pleasure to be alive, the pleasure of the feeling of love. A prayer for freedom. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you come to us and share with us a strong communion of love. We know that your real name is love, that to have a communion with you means to share the same vibration, the same frequency that you are, because you are the only thing that exists in the universe. Today, help us to be like you, to love life, to be life, to be love. Help us to love the way you love, with no conditions, no expectations, no obligations, without any judgment. Help us to love and accept ourselves without any judgment, because when we judge ourselves, we find ourselves guilty and we need to be punished. Help us to love everything you create unconditionally, especially other human beings, especially those who live around us, all of our relatives, and people whom we try so hard to love. Because when we reject them, we reject ourselves, and when we reject ourselves, we reject you. Help us to love others just the way that they are, with no conditions. Help us to accept them the way that they are, without judgment, because if we judge them, we find them guilty, we blame them, and we have the need to punish them. Today, clean our hearts of any emotional poison that we have. Free our minds from any judgment so that we can live in complete peace and complete love. Today is a very special day. Today we open our hearts to love again so that we can tell each other, I love you, without any fear and really mean it. Today we offer ourselves to you. Come to us, use our voices, use our eyes, use our hands, and use our hearts to share ourselves in a communion of love with everyone. Today, Creator, help us to be just like you are. Thank you for everything that we received this day, especially for the freedom to be who we are. Ashe. Prayer for love. We are going to share a beautiful dream together, a dream that you will love to have all of the time. In this dream, you are in the middle of a beautiful, warm, sunny day. You hear the birds, the wind, and the river. You walk toward the river. At the edge of the river is an old man in meditation, and you see that out of his head comes a beautiful light of different colors. You try not to bother him, but he notices your presence and opens his eyes. He has the kind of eyes that are full of love and a big smile. You ask him how he is able to radiate all that beautiful light. You ask him if he can teach you to do what he is doing. He replies that many, many years ago, he asked the same question of his teacher. The old man begins to tell you his story. My teacher opened his chest and took out his heart. He took a beautiful flame from his heart. Then he opened my chest, opened my heart, and he put that little flame inside of it. He put my heart back in my chest, and as soon as my heart was inside of me, I felt intense love. Because the flame he put in my heart was his own love. That flame grew in my heart and became a big, big fire, a fire that doesn't burn but purifies everything that it touches. And that fire touched each one of the cells of my body, and the cells of my body loved me back. I became one with my body, but my love grew even more. That fire touched every emotion of my mind, and all the emotions transformed into a strong and intense love. And I loved myself completely and unconditionally. But the fire kept burning, and I had the need to share my love. I decided to put a little piece of my love in every tree, and the trees loved me back. And I became one with the trees, but my love did not stop. It grew more. I put a piece of love in every flower, in the grass, in the earth. They loved me back, and we became one. And my love grew more and more to love every animal in the world. They responded to my love, and they loved me back, and we became one. But my love kept growing and growing. I put a piece of my love in every crystal, in every stone in the ground, in the dirt, in the metals, and they loved me back, and I became one with the earth. And then I decided to put my love in the water, in the oceans, in the rivers, in the rain, in the snow, and they loved me back, and we became one. And still my love grew more and more, and I decided to give my love to the air, to the wind. I felt a very strong communion with the earth, the wind, with the oceans, with the nature, and my love grew and grew. I turned my head to the sky, to the sun, to the stars, and put a little piece of my love in every star, in the moon, in the sun, and they loved me back. And I became one with the moon and the sun and the stars, and my love kept growing and growing. And I put a little piece of my love in every human, and I became one with the whole of humanity. Wherever I go, whomever I meet, I see myself in their eyes, because I am a part of everything, because I love. And then the old man opens his own chest, takes out his heart with that beautiful flame inside, and he puts that flame in your heart. And now that love is growing inside of you. Now you are one with the wind, with water, with the stars, with all of nature, with all animals, and with all humans. You feel the heat and the light emanating from the flame in your heart. Out of your head shines a beautiful light of different colors. You are radiant with the glow of love. And you pray, "Thank you, Creator of the universe, for the gift of life you have given me. Thank you for giving me everything that I have ever truly needed. Thank you for the opportunity to experience this beautiful body and this wonderful mind. Thank you for living inside of me with all of your love, with your pure and boundless spirit, with your warm and radiant light. Thank you for using my words, for using my eyes, for using my heart to share your love wherever I go. I love you just the way that you are, and because I am your creation, I love myself just the way that I am. Help me to keep the love and the peace in my heart, and to make that love a new way of life, that I may live in love the rest of my life." Ashe. Okay, that was the last chapter. This was the 4 agreements. You should read it. Let's see if I can remember. Be impeccable with your word. Do your best. Always do your best. Don't take anything personally. And dang, what's the last one? I don't think I'm saying them in order either. Oh, thank you. Don't take anything personally. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. Oh, let me see. Every time I go back over it too. Oh, don't make assumptions. That's a big one. Okay, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. 4. Have you guys read The Mastery of Love, his other book? That's a big one. Yeah, thank you. Oh gosh. Reading honestly be making me so thirsty. Dang. Thank you. I'll be back because I have to pee, so just sit here and look at my monkey. I'd love to hear more about your journey. Okay, you can ask me questions when I get back. BRB. tray. Okay, I'm back. Oh no, I thought about it. But that I would do more so just in videos because it's not like a continuously read like book to read. It's a whole bunch of affirmations. Hi Shango. Did this like brightness go down? How does it just do that? What is the star sign? Like the sun one? Like your mean one? I got it like a few months ago, but I started reading it on live, so I didn't want to finish it without you guys. You should definitely get into Reiki healing. I don't like to say a Cancer, so I say luminary. But then again, it depends on if you're going by Western astrology or Vedic astrology, because now learning about Vedic astrology is different depending on what day you were born. And I like the first book that I read that like really opened my mind was Reality Unveiled. Also, The Mastery of Love is a good one. I'm reading The Alchemist right now. That's as far as like spiritual books. There's another book I'm reading right now too, but I don't remember what it's called. How many books a year you say you read? I have no idea. Santiago? What es Santiago? Entonces, ¿qué piensas en general sobre todo? Sobre todo de que como el mundo o qué? I haven't seen you since YouTube lives. That's so funny, I'm on live on YouTube right now. Parallel axioms. You want to say hi to YouTube? Hey. That was Camille. Hey Camille. Espiritualmente. Espiritualmente. Pienso y siento que todos somos el creador, la creadora. I don't even know, no sé cómo explicarlo. It's such a vague question. Y no sé cómo decir eso en español tampoco. La chupacabra? What are you talking about, dude? In English, it's okay, I understand. Okay. That's still a broad question. Like, I believe overall, there's so many aspects. I need different questions. I believe that we all, have our overall purpose, like individually, right? But then overall, we're meant to be here to learn and remember love, even just how I was saying in the end of that book, right? And I feel like I remember that we are all each other. We are all the creator, just manifested as all these different versions of us, like the humans, the animals, well, the other animals, because humans are animals, the grass, the trees, the stars, the sky. Everything is the same thing, the same energy experiencing itself as all these different things, you know? The cardinal point? I never heard that. And getting there, how you think that is? Getting where? I'm an animal. We all are. Ashe Shango. Wait. Getting where? Llegando a donde? Why does it look like this? It's like so dark right now. I don't get it. Do I think there are other beings? Oh, for sure. Okay, so do you think there's like a level, a point to obtain? I think that that's different for everybody. Like, everybody's experience is different as far as states of consciousness. I also feel like, again, we are the creator, right? So overall, we have all reached or have the highest consciousness. But I feel like a part of the human experience is not meant to be all the way in that remembrance, because then it kind of defeats the point of this experience and being like in a quote unquote lower level, if you get what I'm saying. But then again, everybody's individual experience is different. Some people chose to come here and remember and know all of these things, right, and get to a super high state of consciousness. But there's also meant to be the balance between the spiritual and the human, the earthly realm. You get what I'm saying? So we live to experience. Yeah, we're all gods, we are creators. Yeah, so that's why like people can like end up going, when they go into like those psychosis things and all that stuff, as humans we're not meant to be in that state of full knowing. Like we purposely quote unquote forget. Yeah, to me that's what the balance is. The actual, like the balance of our spiritual selves and our human selves. And a big part of that is allowing yourself to experience, to keep creating, but to experience and have fun and feel all the things, all these human emotions and things, you know? How can we obtain the balance? Yes, to remember who we are. We are spirits living a human experience. We are the light. Exactly. To me, it's just by. Oh, I answered it? Okay. Yeah, exactly. And then not being like so overly judgmental on the experience, or labeling everything as like bad and good, or trying to stop ourselves from experiencing. Like a lot of us try to stop ourselves from experiencing like sadness and anger and things like that, when that's literally a part of what we came here for. So you block all of that, and then also look at it as, oh, just bad, like it's such a bad thing, so you avoid it, and then you still be miserable, because when you're blocking that, you're also blocking the other side, like all the blissful feelings and the love and all the things. I hate being hurt, bro. Why do you hate it? So, but do you look at hurt or pain as a bad thing? And because it's only temporary, I've been getting into duality. What do you think about it? And there's so many different forms of duality as well. Turn your pain into strength. And pain can be pleasurable as well. Other than threads. Oh, are you talking about the Threads app? You have to be talking about the Threads app, right? That's cool that you're here. Did I just pop up, or did you? How'd you find it? Probably just popped up, huh? Okay, I'll admit it, you're the prettiest TikToker alive. Well, thanks, but no need to compare. But thank you. Like yin yang, good evil, everything has a duality, and the way we perceive it needs to be acceptance. Yes, and freaking our perception is a huge thing, like huge. Thank you, Mayora. You too. The union of the opposites. That's a good way of looking at it, as a union. I never thought of that, because usually with duality, people are talking about like separate, you know? That's a beautiful way to see it. Your video popped up. That's cool. Hey, Badman. So, what's everybody doing up? Just commented on it before I came on here. Oh, it on what video? Yes, everything is connected. Wow, lots of eights. But yeah, people's perceptions can really keep them in a certain like timeline, state of mind. It's a powerful book. Reading these books though, they just be like confirmation for the way that I already think, which I think is pretty cool. Wow, I've never seen your lives. Spiritual awakening. Yeah, and then having multiple of those, death and rebirth, all the things. Hey, I think the way you think is cool too. Thank you, you too. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Symptoms. Wait, maybe they blocked your comment. Original's eye. Symptoms? Where's the next destination to? No, not Honduras, no. What a quiet voice sometimes. Honduras. You know, I do want to go there to go to the Dr. Sabi retreat one day, but I don't know when that will be. We journal and talk in my lives. I limited 2 hours max, so well, that's cool. Sunday. Maybe I'll catch it. That's cool that you plan your lives. I can't plan my lives because I change my mind so much. I feel like I will be very well prepared for the Dr. Sabi retreat herbs because I do my own bitter herbs. So I feel like it won't be like such a punch, you know? You shocked me with your reading. I'm impressed. You seem so young to be into these self-help things, but you're deaf gifted. Well, thank you. Shoot, there be people way, way, way younger than me. They be blowing my mind. I think it's so cool when people have like their remembrances so young. Lavender tea. I like lavender tea, but not by itself. I got a massive headache. Shit won't stop hurting unless I stand up, I'm guessing. It's the ascension symptoms. Do you have any like tea tree oil or peppermint oil? And burdock. Yeah, I put burdock root in my parasite cleanses. But I got to go. I'm going to get fruit for my sickness. Have a great night. Live, mi amor. You have a great night too. I trust you'll feel better. Do you have oregano, Mayura? You should make some oregano tea. Do a handstand for 2 minutes. Quick headache fix usually. I'm gonna try that. I don't get headaches that often anymore, but I'll try that next time. But the tea tree oil or peppermint oil works really well. Or you can do some Reiki, but it's kind of hard to do Reiki on yourself when you're not feeling so good. So, yeah. Dang, that's wild. That's cool though. Wait, what did the burdock ruin? It's letting blood reroute when you go upside down for a bit. That makes sense. Probably that's why they say for us to do headstands when we're on our moon, except for apparently we shouldn't do it on the first day. Well, I guess good night, sister. Good night. Wait, I didn't even see you in here this whole time. How are you doing? It's cool to run across you too. How long you been Reiki? Maybe like 3 years. I don't got none. It's late over here. But I'll try the handstand. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, try that. Or to like cold rags. I don't know if you have hair, but if you like grip your hair too, like don't pull it, like literally grip it, but tight. That's nice too. But again, that's better when somebody else can do it for you. I kind of want to draw, but my hands are so sweaty. Just don't fall, it'll make the headache worse. You have locks. You know what's crazy? I feel like it's not as good with locks, but try it. It might work. But me, when I had my curls, it felt better than if I have locks. But personally, I feel like my scalp is more tender when I have locks, so maybe that's why. I didn't practice my handstands today, I forgot. I want locks, but I love my fro too much. Maybe one day then. I'm trying to learn more about it. I was tapped into my healing energy. They have books about it. Freaky. Honestly, it's very easy. You can do it before you're even actually like certified. You probably already do it and don't realize because that's how I was. I am I do have an interest in astrology, yeah. I just bought a book recently because I was put on to Vedic astrology versus Western astrology. And so I bought a book that explains both of them. Maybe we can read it one of these days. Live. Yes, I did know myself. Do you have did you look up like teachers in your area? I think you were going to school for psychology. Who, me? No. I really need to buy the wax for these chopsticks. But I forgot. And I don't know if they'll get here in time. But I should order it. I probably will get here in time. You watched him on what, on YouTube? I've never heard of that person. I remember you studying on a stream at a cafe or so. Never for psychology. I wonder what it was for. It had to either. Damn, how long ago was that? I've been here for 27 years, almost 28 years in like 5 months. How about you? This was like a year ago. Oh, so it was probably for my doula and lactation education certification. Not psychology though. My lurk only started engaging. Yes. I'm gonna have to look them up. Let me screenshot because I forgot a screenshot on this phone. Oh, just kidding. Got it. I like the little sound it made. 27, almost 28 in like 5 months. That's so crazy. I'm about to be 28. Oh my gosh. I wonder what I'm gonna do on that day. Most likely swim. Probably cry. Dance. Who knows if I'll be dancing that day. I'm gonna have some type of dance. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. How long have you guys been here on Earth so far? I did bought a book about seraphims, angels. It talked about healing energy. That's one of. Wait, you're gonna be 28? Dang, you are not old. Please stop. How long have you been here, June? How are you doing, by the way? 20s crawl, 30s fly. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. I wanna fly. I guess I got a couple more years crawling, huh? 35. Work in therapy. That's cool. How is that? Especially, I'm assuming you have a different type of mindset. So, how is it? I'll show you 25, but you might as well 26. March. Oh, that's so cool. That's so soon. So happy early reincarnation day if I don't talk to you that day. I'm almost 40s. But you're right. Yeah, you are not old. Please don't be putting them spells on you. I love that though. That makes me very happy. Cause especially if you in a way felt like you were old, but the way that you live your life, obviously I don't know you like that, but seeing you doing your dances and all the things, that's so beautiful. Because a lot of people in that time frame would not be doing those things, you know. And the face card, everything about you, first of all. But yeah, to me that's not old at all. It's interesting to learn therapy because it makes you lose excuses for the nonsense you do. Yeah, for real. I love that though. Yep, I was right. Although I'm 54 years young. That's super cool. Hey, that's a nice number too. 9. You're in your 9 year. Ooh, I'm in my 9 year too, but I'm about to be in my 10 year once I hit 28. I'm kind of in between, but you're in a 9. How do you feel your life has gone this past year or this year since you've been 54? Like, do you feel like you've had a lot of death and rebirth cycles, or what do you think? You are worthy original Zai. Oh wait, you're Pisces. No, I'm not Pisces. Wait, what is Pisces? Wait, are you talking about no? Because even in Vedic, I'm not Pisces. Wait, did y'all both say I'm Pisces? Wait, where did that come from? Wait, are you talking to me? Wait, you're not talking to me, are you? You're talking to him? I saw your artwork. I could feel the energy from it. Oh, thank you. What did you feel? Because I know there was a lot of sadness in that. My sign is Cancer. Wait, so when's your reincarnation day, G? Wait, who's a Pisces? The March? Oh, you're Pisces. Oh, yes. Oh. That's a water sign too, right? But you guys have to really learn about Vedic astrology. I can't even tell y'all that much. But Vedic astrology is like more fixed. And the Vedic astrology, depending on what day you were born, your sign goes back. So I'm actually like a Gemini sun and I think a Sagittarius moon. Don't ask me the rising because I forgot. What was my rising in the first place? Capricorn. I think Virgo. What's before a Virgo? It goes like back one. Yeah, I like calling it reincarnation day too. I am like out of breath. I've been out of breath since I started reading. I love Vedic astrology. Oh, I love that you know what that is. Cancer is before Virgo, I think. Yeah. Well, not right before. Maybe it's what? Because Gemini is right before Cancer. Pisces, Leo, Libra. Complete clarity and wisdom when you get up here. Shoot, I bet, and then still a lot to learn. Leo's before Virgo. Oh, so I'm a Leo rising? I need to look at that book. I don't feel like going to get it though. I'm a July Cancer, dead in the middle of it. Oh, what day? Dun 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 dun. What day? Tell me. I crack myself up, honestly. Want to see my bookmark? 18th. Ooh. I almost forgot mine for a second. Look at my bookmark. I made the little dangly thing. I didn't make this part. It's so cute, right? Thank you so much. It's so cute. It has a dragon and the moon. I'm on the 8th. So not that far apart. Yes. Yes, indeed. That's so cool that I popped up on your page. Yeah. 7-8 and you are 7-1-8. Bro, these little rhinestone things be all over all my stuff. Oops. But I changed our sign to luminary instead of Cancer because I don't like that. So we are luminaries. I mean, unless you want to keep claiming Cancer, that's fine. But as they should, Soul Tribe coming together all over the world. From all over the world. I really do need to learn how to draw my eyes. Maybe I just need to like take a regular front-faced picture. I'm a Sag with a Sag sun. I'm so excited for the day that like I can be like, oh, that means this, and that. Because it hasn't been sticking in my head yet. Probably after I read that book. But I know, like repetition is key also. And I commented on the video you showing your drawings of them too. Thank you. Let the Virgin ascend? What does that mean? Honestly, I was a little nervous of sharing those drawings, like the last 3 that I did. But I'm glad I shared them because, yeah. My ascendant is a Virgo. Oh. Wait, is mine a Virgo? Bro, I don't know how I forget that so much. I think it's a Virgo. But that's in Western astrology and Vedic. Is it a Virgo? I don't freaking know, bro. Laying on Velcro? Does it really? Or just... It's funny because I don't hear that at all. I hear maybe it's my bonnet, but that's all I hear that could sound like that. No, I'm not laying on Velcro or chips. Bruh, it feels like something just bit me, and how? Because there's nothing here. I see it. Do you see that? It itches. Oh my god. You wanna know why? Because there are teeny tiny bugs that we can't see all over the world just flying fucking around. Maybe the mic. Oh. What about now? Do you hear chips? Chips? As long as you're in the flow, keep doing you over there. Over time, it will get better. Wait, what part? The astrology part? I haven't gotten into the Vedic astrology deeply. Me neither yet, but. And the ones who understand them will show up. Be careful because they got that kissing bug going on, I hear. Like they go on your face in your sleep. Hold the fuck on. And not it being by my lip. What is a kissing bug? What is it? Why is it in circle? I have so much energy right now. Wait, huh? That's what I'm saying. I've never heard of a kissing bug before. Let's see. Wait, do you still hear the chips? That's not funny to me. Oh, this is not gonna work really. Or perhaps if I do it this way. Let's see. It's called the kissing bug as far as I know, and they drop waste by your mouth in your sleep. That's crazy, brother. That's very crazy. Did you know that we eat a certain amount of spiders in our rest every year? Don't ask me how many because I forgot. People died from it. What? That's crazy. First of all, did you know what I just learned about today? There is this fish called a stonefish. And first of all, the face of the fish is so funny because it just looks mad. You know what? I would be mad too because you want to know what else I found out? That they just go around and they kill them because like they be kind of like hidden in the sand, and if you step on it, like it's very poisonous. Like you could actually die. You won't always die, but you could die. So I guess they just look for them and kill them so that people don't step on it. So imagine just like, oh, I'm here, I'm just chilling, and somebody just comes and fucking kills you just because you're there, just because you could possibly kill them. So like, you know, I would be mad too. But yeah, the stonefish spine I think will mess you up big time. Yeah, yeah, and it's a new fear unlocked because I see 0055 right now. Anyway, because like I would be the one to not see it. Hopefully I just do see it and I can like pick it up and give it some love, because you can pick it up and it's fine. But you want to know something else? I'm confused. Like, can they breathe outside of water? Because people just be picking them up outside of the water and just like, oh, blah 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 blah, just like holding them. Like, are you suffocating this fish? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Well, I'm subbed and I will come back to learn more about you. Enjoy your Dr. Xavier treatment. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much. You have a good night. It was very nice talking to you. Poor fish. But hey, I guess they chose to live that life. And you know another one? It's more like Caribbean area. I think like in Florida. It's more so jellyfish. You gotta watch out for it. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't never get stung by a jellyfish. But yeah, I was seeing that the stonefish. I've seen a lot of the videos in Thailand. The people were in Thailand. It's so crazy. I look like completely different on this camera. What are you doing, Trey? And then there'd be like camouflage spiders on trees. I'll cry. Yeah, Thailand, I gotta go back there. I didn't have enough time there to like really explore, especially the like tropical side, like with the beaches. I didn't go there, so I will be back one day, but probably not this year. Ooh, you do music? Do you plan on traveling anywhere this year? Okay, have a good meditation. It was very nice talking to you, and I'm sure we will connect more. Good night. Why am I up? What is the moon phase? Wherever spirit takes me. That's me. I definitely get that. That's your music? Let me screenshot. So fun fact that I learned is a couple animals on the planet like jellyfish that's immortal. Like turtles? What else? I didn't know that about jellyfish, so that's cool. Don't question being up, just embrace it unless you got stuff to do really. That's very true. But I know that happens to me a lot. Like, especially though about like with the moon phases. If it's a full moon or something like that, or a new moon, up. And then sometimes spirit just has me up. Oh, I saw that about alligators recently actually. There's another thing I saw. What was it? I think it was the stonefish. Like stonefish also live a long time if they don't get killed. Same. And do I gotta get up early? Well, I've been changing my rest pattern. I've been getting myself up early so that I won't be up late. And I think tomorrow I do go to the gym, unless it's a rest day. I don't really know. I'll have to check. If it's a rest day, then I can give myself a little extra rest. But either which way, I've been wanting to not. Like, I wanted to embrace the day, you know? Animal called Hydra and the immortal jellyfish, and another called planarian worms. Hydra. I'm gonna have to look those up because I've never heard of those. I be screenshotting on live to remember things and to go look things up, and then I forget. So we'll see how that goes. Am I tripping? Oh, that's not right. My screen. I cracked my screen protector. I like when you guys give me the fun facts. Wow, that's wild. Imagine. I mean, we can do that too. We just gotta do a lot of focusing and meditation. You'll be seeing anything on this app. Saw 30 piranhas versus 1 electric eel. What the hell? Piranhas, that's a scary thing. That's a scary thing for real. An electric eel. Ooh, I like that. Why is this? Eels are actually scary. When I went scuba diving, they're like big as fuck and they look like they don't want you talking to them. Those are some scary things. Oh my gosh, and seahorses? Do you know seahorses play dead? This is Velcro. None of them touch the eel. That's cool. You know, it's scary because things be looking real as fucking and then it be AI. I want my other bear, but she's drying. I washed her today. Yeah, for real. I don't get why this phone looks so dark. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, it's crazy. Did you guys watch 0101? That Black Mirror episode where like Netflix started making shows about people's actual lives, like literally just reenacting the whole thing. And then I saw something recently that these people went to like a museum or something and it said like everything was being recorded and could possibly be used for Netflix. Like the shit real as fuck. It's so crazy. And then at the same time, to me, everything is so real. Like even AI stuff, video games, movies, TV shows, to me, all of that stuff is real. It's just another reality, like another dimension. Like if it's there, it's because it is. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just not our actual reality. Even though it is, because it's being presented to us. But do you get what I'm saying? But if it's already created, it's because it already is what I'm saying. For Melis, what does that mean? I be seeing stuff like that, but it's like they track you anyway. Whether or not they tell you, they listening, they watching, they taking, they sharing. This phone is tripping. Butt cheeks. They don't want to see your butt cheeks, bro. Yeah, literally. Because at first, sometimes I'm like, do I really want to accept these agreements? But I'm like, they're doing it anyway. They're gonna do it anyway, one way or another. So no need to stress over that. Just fucking go. Just be. I already feel like everything is being recorded. It's like when you watch too those movies and things where they be like, I swear somebody is just watching our life already. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but and then that somebody is us, just in a different version. That's so funny to me. And I lived the first time I went to Mexico, and I was like volunteering at that place in the jungle. So we live in the jungle, right? And they tell you that there's cameras like around. There's cameras like in the common area and then different places in the woods. And every now and then I used to laugh because it made me think of the TV shows where they're like recording people out in the wild, like naked and afraid type of vibes, because also you could be naked, and I was naked like most of the time because of fucking course. And every now and then I would just think about it, like somebody's probably just fucking watching me here, just peeing in the jungle, walking around naked, just living my life, and they're watching it like it's a show, and I just think that's absolutely hilarious. Like I feel like we on a big screen somewhere being played in a far galaxy, and beings are watching us. Yeah, for real. And every one of them beings got their favorite character here on Earth. And that's what I think that's so funny and so real. Sometimes I think about things I do and I'm just like, wow, you're really a cool girl. And wild and bold, and I love it. Did y'all see that? I just saw a ghost. I know I keep putting this on, but I need to get the wire off. Thank you. I literally love this and this one. They're like two of my favorites. And then they kind of make a triangle with this one. One upside down triangle. Any plans tomorrow? No. Actually, I plan on reading a lot tomorrow. And I don't know, like I said, if tomorrow's a rest day or not. If it's not a rest day, then I go to the gym. Oh, actually, I plan on going dancing tomorrow night. Yes, I do. Unless night comes and I feel tired, then no. But I do want to go dancing. It's funny because you can be here and not even be talking, but it feels like company. On like be on that side of the live. Sometimes I'd be wondering because like people will be on here and they won't talk, and I'm just like, just looking at me, like, well, you're not talking to me. Also, peace, divine presence. But I do a lot of dancing. I like to dance to salsa and bachata, kizomba, a little bit of zouk, just, you know, shaking my ass, or dancing like a wild person, just like doing some crazy shit, you know? I like line dancing, but I'm not that great at it. How about you? Is it still cold your way? Almost definitely. It's cold it's over here, it's cold like 9 months out of the year. It'll be cold until like May. I know, you gotta be wondering, but I'll be like changing my sheets. That's cute. I do be wondering for real, especially when I ask people, I'm like, oh, so what are you doing? And then they're just still quiet and they're just still watching me, and I'm just like, some people talk, clearly, but some people dead ass will not say anything and they'll just sit. And I'm just like, what you doing? You know? Everything too. Yeah, I be seeing your videos dancing in the gym. Reminds me of me. Happy Love Day. It's like a live podcast. I be wanting to come on here with actual topics, but it rarely happens. I'm surprised there's not a lot of people talking on YouTube. Well, there was one guy, because usually people talk on my YouTube live a lot more than TikTok live, unless it's people that come on a lot on TikTok. No, but I do think I will have one day, like when I'm more settled, like not traveling as much. I would love to have a podcast. I'm not sure, honestly. Maybe. As far as the YouTube thing, I know TikTok makes you have a certain amount, but I don't know about YouTube. Hold on. It's not broken. It was this. I need my other teddy bear. I don't feel like getting up though. Oh, you'll definitely love it. Do you have plans to go? Do you have your passport? Mexico has been my favorite place so far. I think it pulls random people, but also like some people who are subscribed. But I think most people that come on my live is like not people that are not subscribed. It's kind of the same as here. Like some of both. My leg is going numb. Do you know what I think about sometimes? 111. Like we're in control of our body, but at the same time we're not. Cause right, let's say, like I did this experiment with myself, and I do it every now and then. Like you could be like, move your arm, like tell your arm move, and it won't fucking move unless it wants to move, or whatever part of you and your brain that actually wants it to move. Because just because you tell it to move does not mean that it's going to move. Or you can say blink your eyes. I want you to blink your eyes right now, or keep your eyes open, and it's gonna do what it wants to do. That trips me out so bad. Like you're not actually in control of it. Or like, can you move all of your toes like one by one? Can you? Maybe some people can, but as hard as I try to move certain toes, them things will not fucking move, or the other ones will move even if I'm trying to keep them still. You can move each one of your toes one by one. No, I need to see that. I need to get it, but I be seeing your videos, you traveling. Oh yeah, you definitely need to get your passport. No way. Like you can move them one by one for real and the other ones just stay still. But I'm telling you, try that. Like seriously, your body, it does what it wants to do. Because it's alive. And it's not you. Your body is not you. No, I didn't know that. So you can wiggle your ears? Is that what you're telling me? Because I can't wiggle my fucking ears. I've seen people do that too, which I think is wild. I can't wiggle my ears. Like, well, I just try to wiggle my ears and my eyebrows are moving. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, how? I guess I've never tried. But look, I'm telling myself to wiggle my ears. Do you think they're wiggling? No, they're not moving because they don't want to. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do, 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 do. They don't want to move. Again, I'm gonna have to keep practicing. With the eyebrow? Yo, they don't want to move. Hi, Travis. No, because I'm telling them to move. They're not moving. I feel like I can't even breathe. That's mad funny. I'm gonna practice. That's frustrating though, because like I'm telling them to move. I'm up as if right now. Like I'm just up. No, it's not the same. It's not. And every like, how do you even? How do you do that? I can like flex it and things like that. How do I even do that? It's because it wants to move. Yeah, but I really didn't have that many friends in the first place. But yeah, everybody that I thought like was a friend, no longer friends. Very much so. You laughing, I'm dead serious. Need to see the wiggling toes and the ears. That's like the shedding of the skin. Yeah, and it happens for so many different reasons because so many things happen at the beginning of the journey, throughout the whole entire journey. But you just realize so much stuff and don't resonate with so many things too. So it's just like bound to happen. My toes cramping right now. Why? Because you're trying to move them? Bro, that shit is so frustrating. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it doesn't, like, that will send me into a fucking, that will send me into a psychosis. Trying to move my dang body parts that don't want to move. And it's like, why don't you move? I can't even find it easy. I think I never heard of people who couldn't do it. There's no way. Do you even ask people? So are you saying like everyone you know can do this, or you've just never had this conversation with these people to know that they can't? Because that is not an easy or very common thing. some people can do it, but more people can't than can. I need you tomorrow. Ask everybody you know, and then let me know what they say. Run a poll, cause no, and then don't even let them just say, like, let them show you. And I legit mean like how you can one by one, and even then, look, this one wants to move. Like, stay up here, you know. Dang, YouTube, you guys are so quiet. Also, YouTube like doesn't show you who's on the live. And I want, like, on TikTok, like, you know, on TikTok you can be on somebody's live and not actually click on the live. I don't know if it's like that here. I've never seen lives on YouTube, so I don't even know how the fuck they be on here. I don't know, but I've been doing TikTok longer. I don't remember when I decided to start posting on YouTube. And I don't take it that serious in the sense, like, you know, people have intros and all these things. I just, whatever I post on TikTok, I post on there. Just like regular videos. Yeah, when TikTok was first, like, everybody was hyping it up, I'm like, I don't need one of these. And then eventually I just got it, but I still didn't start, like, making videos for a while after. I mean, I made, like, random ass videos when I first had it. Barely. But, like, this didn't start for years. Yeah, I'm realizing that's probably not a good thing. Like, I need to engage more. So I'm starting to engage more on other platforms, but I still engage the most, like, on YouTube and I guess Instagram. And I meant to say TikTok, not YouTube. But I realized, like, that's kind of mean because, like, it's actually people on the other ones too, still. But I guess I wasn't looking at it that way at first. This app has hella information and I'm so grateful for it. Also, a lot of misinformation too, though, so gotta be careful. I think I'm about to go on a social media cleanse though soon. Very soon. That's cute. There's still plenty of beauty. To go put my aloe on my face and brush my teeth and floss. I've been doing so much better with flossing because I did not use a floss before for real. Probably like every once in a blue moon, but now it's been an everyday thing. How come? For some reason, I can't log into my TikTok on my other phone. None of them. It will not let me. Wait, do they like aloe? Or is it because it's sticky? Hopefully it's sticky enough to capture them. Dude, if I ever rose up in the middle of a spider being on me or in my mouth, like, oh my fucking gosh. I trust that will never happen. Please, please. Oh my god. And I saw this video. I think it was in Australia. They went to go, like, open the car door and this big ass spider came came out of the handle. Please, I would freak the fuck out. Like, I just need to see it way before, like, oh my gosh. No, no. Interesting. I don't know. Have I seen your other one? Yeah, that's happened to me before. I think it's pretty cool, but if when they get too close, that's when I get freaked the fuck out for real. But they're pretty fascinating, and their webs be so beautiful. But they're still scary. I don't know what just happened there. It was malfunctioning. Why still black screen? One, two, three. Thank you. Why? Why, Trey? Why? Oh, that is so rude. It is very important. Lots of people care. And you should care. That's the most important thing. What? I'm about to hang up on y'all in like 5 minutes. Maybe. I don't think anything is good or bad, but personally, I love sage. And I use it to cleanse the space, to cleanse myself. You know, all the things. I think I need to invest in a bedazzler. I keep forgetting I need to make my waist beads. Or I get to make my waist beads. Ooh, I should have sage in a bath. Maybe I'll take a bath tomorrow. I was gonna take one tonight, but I wanted to get on live and I could stay in the bath for hours, okay? So if I would have gotten in the bath, I probably would have still been in the bath. Then I wasn't gonna go live. You can make tea out of it. I don't know if you can make tea out of that specific one, but you can also get sage as like not a dried herb. A lot of grocery stores have them. I like to put it in my water. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, you can definitely. And I do have sage, like loose leaf tea sage that I make, and it's also in my moon tea blend. I have sage in there, but it looks a little bit different. It looks different, yeah, than the sage that you burn, and it's not as hard. But yeah, you can definitely make tea. You've never been to a farmer's market? Why not? I think they're kind of harder to find in the States. But fresh herbs, sage, it smells like really strong. I guess that sage, when you burn it, I'm pointing over there because my sage is over there. But when you burn it, it smells strong too. But like the dried sage that I have for my tea doesn't really, it's not as strong. But I've never had it by itself. It's usually I mix it with other teas. Mississippi, they have, do they have farmers markets? They should. I feel like they would. That's so cool that you grow that. Yeah, you should definitely grow some. That would be nice. And then I want to make my own like smudge sage. Like I guess dry it, and I guess what they do is just stick them together like with their stems, because now like after seeing the fresh herb and then looking at it, I can see like how that would happen. You can cook with it. Really, you can do everything. I really love my eyebrows. They're so nice, even though sometimes they get on my nerves. No offense, but they're nice and thick. Oh my gosh! When I look back at some of my pictures, they used to be so thin. That's why I had to stop letting people do them, because they would take all my eyebrows away. I haven't gotten my eyebrows done in years. I don't got time for them to be doing that. But one time I did it to myself. God. Oh no. That was not. It was not fun. Damn. I did not know that. At all. Like I had 2 teams do it. That kind of sounds like the opposite of being perfectly aligned, so that's so interesting. But it's funny because I feel that wholeheartedly, because I do feel like they're aligned, but they're different. So I feel that statement wholeheartedly. That was mad funny. And I'll be wanting them to be exactly the same. Talk like Yoda, I feel like blue balance, I think. Thank you. I can't think of how Yoda talks, but I can see baby Yoda in my head. He's so cute. I need a massage, but people don't be knowing how to give massages. I wish like I could give myself a massage, but like the way that I could give someone else a massage, like giving yourself a massage is not the same. But I just need like let somebody borrow my hands and my techniques and like do it to me, you know? Maybe one day. Not maybe, I'm gonna manifest that one day. I will have someone that can give great massages, and I just love them so much. Yeah. Thanks. They be sucking though, to me. I'm really sensitive when it comes to stuff like that. I do not like people's massages. Like, even people that be like, oh, I give such great massages. No, you don't. And maybe they do, but not to me. Especially, like, unless I'm, like, super sore from, like, a gym. Most of the times that I've gotten massages, I did not like them. Like, I've had very crappy experiences getting massages. It truly saddens me. Just what I'm saying. Somebody needs to just borrow my hands. What? 65 is funny. Good night, Trey. It was nice talking to you. Thank you for joining. My voice is going away. It's time for me to hang up. And I've been past the 5 minutes. Okay, G, it was nice talking to you too. And Badman, Divine Presence. I can't really see who else is on here. But good night to all of you guys. I love you. Thank you for listening to me talk and read. If y'all are on for the reading session, I trust you have a fantabulous night. Safe rest, safe travels. I'll see you in like 15 years. Until then, thank you.